thanks everybody for joining us. And this is the presentation on professional development programs and microcredentials. So my name's Dave. I'm an information specialist here at McMaster University Continuing Education. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge that McMaster Continuing Education is located on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee nations and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. So yeah, professional development overview. Okay, so this is the list of professional development program options that we have. So you can see the list here, ranging, lots of stuff ranging from critical and design thinking. We have lots of different essentials programs. We got health analytics, which is kind of like a mini version of a very popular health informatics program that we have. It's kind of like a longer and sort of more heavy duty program. And a whole list of other stuff from Microsoft Excel to change management, sustainability, lots of different options. So you can see the list there, and we're gonna go through all or most of this stuff today. So now the next slide we're going to look at is unlocking your professional potential of microcredentials. So yeah, let's talk for a sec about what a microcredential actually is, because there's a lot of there's confusion about this that we hear often. So at our school, what we offer is different programs that are delivered as different credentials when you get them. Including credentials that are just for short programs, right? A small number of courses, like 3 courses or so, is pretty common. And the credential that you would traditionally earn for that would be something like a certificate of completion. But it then is, in our modern era, these are oftentimes delivered as a microcredential, which is a blockchain verified digital badge that you can put on your LinkedIn, you can put it on your website, you can put it on your digital version of your resume, and that is kind of this virtual shareable version of your credential. And what's neat about it that is, maybe a little more practical than a traditional sort of paper credential, or like, a picture of your, like a JPEG or something of your credential, is that it actually contains a lot of details about what specifically you learned. So it's another tool for, professional contacts, employers to use to go in and see, like, oh, here's exactly what this person knows, sort of listed out. It's all very, official and secure. So that is kind of the idea with what a microcredential is. Yeah, so that is what we're offering with a lot of the programs that we're discussing here. So looking at here's the list. Speaking of, so yeah, under business, we have project management, sustainability, privacy management, business analysis. Under health, we have mindfulness in modern society, fundamentals of health research methodology, caregiving essentials, online and online health modules. And yeah, technology, open source intelligence, professional development, bunch of essentials programs, and Microsoft Excel. So yeah, lots of options if you're looking to earn a microcredential. Okay, so next up, we're gonna look at our first program here, which is creative, critical, and design thinking. So what you'll learn in this program is well, actually, before we talk about that, I want to just talk about what these certificates are. So you get this program, you earn a certificate of professional learning. The courses are all in our online format, and you complete 3 courses. I'm thinking of something here. This thought just occurred to me, so I'm gonna go off script for a second and explain something to you, because I'm going to be talking about online format a lot. So I just want to quickly make sure everybody understands what that is. When we say online format, we have 3 different learning formats that we offer here at Continuing Education. Okay, All of them are virtual. They are all online in some way or another, but we have one that's simply just named online, and that one is our most common. That learning format is asynchronous, and what that entails is that you log in to your student learning portal, and there's going to be assignments listed. There's going to be class discussions. There's going to be multimedia posted. There's going to be quizzes, and you have to do things by certain times. There are deadlines for things, but it's on, you get to decide your schedule on when to do those things. So it's kind of whenever you have time to do it, whenever it makes sense. So you're going to see a lot of references to online format in our slides, and that's what that is referring to. So to be clear, there are no specific, when you see something that's labeled online, there's no specific class times you have to show up for. You are just, showing up to do things, and there is interaction with your classmates. There's interaction with your instructor. It may be like, might sometimes be in a video format, or, sort of, Zoom format like we're doing now, or it might be something else. It might be typing in a forum or something, but there is, it does involve interaction, but it is, there's not specific times that you have to be there for things. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way. So that is the learning format for creative, critical, and design thinking. And for so these are your, on the right side here, you see those are your three courses that you would take for this. And you can see what the average price is there, and here's some bullet points on what you'll learn: examining principles and models of creative, critical, and design thinking, how to execute innovative strategies in relation to problems and complex situations, reflecting on and meaningfully communicating your experiences of creating, problem solving, and designing, recognizing how to identify, participate in, and support communities of practice committed to sustainable change. Let's just look now at the essentials programs. Okay, so so basically, we have a lot of different subjects in essentials. So whether, regardless of what it is you're doing, there's probably an essentials course that is a good fit for you, or has something in it that you could learn. These are essentials courses they are typically about you attend class over 2 days. Again, it's all virtual, but you're attending a virtual class for essentials courses, and you typically would attend like 3 hours one night and 3 hours the next night. They're not all 2, so they have different lengths, but that's a typical length. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. And they're just in all these different subjects, like, everything you can think of, from communicating better, being a better leader, being better at writing, how to, deal with like this or that difficult situation. We even have one called dealing with difficult people. And so, yeah, there's a lot of different subjects that you can explore. So when you take a look at the essentials section of our website, you will be able to see the myriad options that we have there. Okay, so let's then move on to the next one, or a little more details about essentials program. So yeah, so there's an option for the essentials program that if you take a certain number of essentials courses, you can actually earn a micro credential upon completion. So I think for a lot of people, they're just kind of taking these courses like, I'm interested in that one, I'm interested in that one. But if you want to be a little more organized about it, and actually we have a credential option that allows you to complete multiple different like courses from multiple different schools of study, areas of study, to get a multi, I forget the name of it right now, but it's yeah, basically it's a multi subject credential that you get. And yeah, that's one option that you can do. So even if your interests are really kind of all over the place, you can still get a credential out of it. Or alternatively, you can choose to focus in a particular spot. So that works too. So And these are the different streams. You can see them on the left-hand side here, business, communication, etc. And yeah, you get the idea. I think with this list here, these are the different kinds of things. I'm sure you guys are reading, what kind of stuff you can learn. As you can see, there's a pretty wide price range for them as well. Really, I think it really depends on like the subject and the duration of the course and stuff like that. So some of them are pretty like they're just like one day, kind of a one and done thing. So yeah, but you can if that sounds interesting, definitely take a look at those and you can see if anything there makes sense for you. Okay, so let's now look at health analytics. So this is career outlook. Yeah, we have these career outlooks for our programs. So looking at health analytics, what we have here is we have analytical Annie. Average salary is around 84,000. Working across these different fields. Now, for all of these are like these are representing like a pretty broad range, right? So you could be anywhere within a broad range in any of these courses. But yeah, the average somebody working in this field we're making around 84,000. Here's a sort of smattering of their top skills as sourced from Conference Board of Canada, Lightcast, etc. And you can see some of the top posted job titles here. So health analyst, analytics specialist, business service managers, etc., etc. So if these are things you guys can see what is listed in this the list here. If this is the kind of stuff that turns your crank, then keep your ears open because I'll talk a little bit more about what this program entails. So now I was talking earlier about the online format, right, which I said is used for most of our courses. These courses happen to be delivered in virtual classroom format. So virtual classroom is just what it sounds like. You're sitting down for a lecture and somebody is talking at you, and you're having like an interactive back and forth with your instructor, with your classmates as well. And it's just kind of a fun atmosphere and the preferred learning method for plenty of people. So yeah, we do. So that is how this course is run. And these options that you see listed here, these 5 course options, are the 5 different courses that you can take. And in order to earn this certificate of completion, you just choose 3 out of 5 of these. If you are new to the field, if you've never worked in healthcare before, we definitely recommend taking the Understanding the Canadian Healthcare System as your first course, because that's really going to help catch you up to speed and is a really important one to know. Yeah, if you already have a pretty good understanding of the Canadian healthcare system, you could pick like a different 3. So yeah, quick little overview of what you'll learn: how to apply principles and practices of data analytics to healthcare data, how to collect, analyze, and report using health data in common statistical programming software tools, assess how health data is used in the healthcare system by key decision makers, quality, and risk managers, the application of big data and machine learning practices for health data analytics. Okay, so moving on to management principles and practices. So this program is delivered in in a mix of online and virtual classroom formats, depending on which courses you take. This is for anyone with business experience, anyone working in finance, business, admin, government, public service, etc. Everything. If you basically, if there's managers in your industry, it's probably something here relevant for you, right? So new and current managers or supervisors, anyone interested in professional development, right? So these courses teach current real-world techniques and skills in management, leadership, and supervision. They teach personal and professional strategies to enhance work performance, and it's about developing a change mindset to reframe challenges and respond positively. So for this one, sort of the nuts and bolts of it are that you want to you need to complete 3 core courses, and then 6 units of elective courses. This one is a little bit tricky to explain. In fact, you know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm gonna hop over to our website and show you right now. Why don't we do that? So, because it's a lot easier to show you what I'm talking about than try to explain it. Let me just find that real quick. Management principles and practices. Okay, so let's actually take a look at what we're looking at here. So in order to complete this program, you have to complete these 3 courses, MGT 201, 202, and 203. Then you're going to complete a total of 6 units. So your options for that are, you can do these 2 courses, which you can see are worth 3 units each, right? Or you can do a combination of these, which are half a unit each. So and then there's these ones which are worth 1 unit each. So these are these different essentials courses. So basically, you know, you're either taking you're just taking a combination of these things. You could take like one of these, and then like some of these, and 1 or 2 of these. It just however you want to do it, you have to come up to 6 total. That's kind of how that works. So 6 total, and then plus the 3 core courses. Okay. There's no required order for this, so you could do one of these, MGT 201 first, and then you could be working on some of the other ones at the same time. But yeah, however you want to do it is fine, but those are the requirements. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. The stuff that you'll learn in this program is what you'd expect, right? How to identify the importance and impact of interrelationships, understanding the functional areas of management, such as human resources, finance, marketing, operations, and general management, necessary knowledge and skills and behaviors to work independently or collaboratively within a changing business environment, etc. So, and you can obviously tell that, there is quite a bit of flexibility in how you approach that program, right? So really just look at those courses that are offered, and you can really customize it to, what it is you want to learn specifically, right? So that's the deal with management principles and practices. Let's talk about mindfulness. So career outlook for mindfulness is that we're looking at jobs like social workers, facilitators and trainers, community health promoters. You have you're looking at needing skills in mindfulness-based stress reduction, therapeutic modalities, mental health, etc. Excellent 10-year 10-year job outlook. People need mental health support, and certainly mindfulness education, right? So if you're a professional looking to develop their background in mindfulness best practices, and maybe like some people are looking to get into this and kind of be like a mindfulness guru, or somebody who specializes in that. A lot of people that reach out to us interested in taking this program are doctors, or just like other people who work in some kind of related field, who just want to like expand their understanding of this kind of stuff. So there you go, right? Long way to say professionals exploring a new career path. The next bullet. Professionals seeking to improve patient care and manage stress. Individuals looking to enhance focus, creativity, and decision-making skills in the workplace. Cool. All right. So looking at the specifics of our program, we have 2 different credential options that you can go for. One of them is the Fundamentals of Mindfulness Certificate of Completion, which consists of 3 courses. The other one is Advanced Principles and Practice of Mindfulness Certificate of Completion, which is 5 courses. The reason it's advanced is just because it's 2 extra courses. So it's the same 3 as the first one, and you just take 2 extra. So basically, you just earn a different credential depending on how many courses you want to take. So yeah, these courses go over the history, origins, and foundational philosophies of mindfulness, and the proven scientific benefits of mindful practice. the neuroscientific benefits and physiological effects of mindfulness throughout the human body, different types of meditation, their benefits and applications. And this program is offered in partnership with the Home or the Home Institute, I believe it's called, and yeah, they are the mindfulness experts. So we have good, we're in good company with them and their sort of guidance on creating this program. So yeah, let's talk about Excel, everybody's favorite office software, right? Or maybe some people's favorite. It's not my favorite personally, but it's definitely incredibly useful in office settings, and so much you can do with it. And this is actually a really cool program. I say every time I do this presentation, which has been a few times now, that I really should take this program someday, because this would be a great one for me, but it would also be a great one for somebody who knows quite a bit more than I do about Excel, which is, because what this program does that is really neat is that it actually adapts to what your skill level is. So it basically, yeah, looks at what you know, and then it kind of adjusts what it's teaching you based on based on what you know, so that it makes sure that it's teaching you something new, which I think is really cool. The way it also works, in case you're wondering, like, oh, am I gonna have to like buy a copy of Microsoft Office for this program? No, because what it does is it offers it does it through the SimNet training platform. Okay, so so you actually do the work that you're doing in the course through this training platform, which you get access to for life. So it kind of like simulates the Excel experience without you having to use the Excel directly. And yeah, and then it gives you just sort of this unlimited practice with real life business cases. So it's really quite neat. And this program is also running on an ongoing basis pretty much all the time, except for like 2.5 weeks between each term, which we are in right now. So if you go and look for this course right now, you're gonna see that it says it's not currently unavailable. And that's just because there's just some logistic stuff that has to happen in between each term for it to roll over to the next term. But other than that, it's basically running all the time. So if you want to take this, the way it works is you register for the course, and the beginning of the following week, you're going to get an email that is giving you access to the SimNet platform. And then you can jump in, and you have 12 weeks to complete the course from as of receiving that email. So that's how it works. So if you want to brush up on your Excel skills, check that one out, because it is it's very useful, right? So yeah, so this slide is going over a lot of what I was just saying. Here's some stuff though that I haven't gone over, like some of the, if you're thinking, well, what is it actually, like what kind of stuff can I learn, right? Excel formulas, performance KPIs, DAX queries, visualizing data by creating pivot tables and pivot charts, configuring and manipulating data in Power Pivot, pivot tables, pivot charts, optimizing data models, managing data relationships, creating calculated columns, measures, and tables. All my favorite things, folks. But very, very incredibly useful stuff for office environments. So, and yeah, approximately 21 hours of coursework. So I was mentioning, yeah, you have the 12 weeks to get through all of this, but yeah, it's approximately 21 hours of work within that time. So however you want to split that up. Yeah, really not too bad if you're, spreading it out evenly. And of course you can, get it all done in the space of much shorter time than that if you want to. So I think everybody understands that one. So I'm going to move on then to privacy management. The If you're looking at your average privacy Petras make about $54,000 a year. They are skilled in things like information privacy, auditing, cybersecurity, project management, privacy impact assessments, risk assessments, problem solving, risk management, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Office. The top posted job titles would be things like privacy analysts, privacy managers, data protection specialists, data governance managers, systems administrators, solutions architects. With an excellent 10-year job outlook, as you can imagine, because data, am I right? It's really a big deal nowadays, and just an ever expanding amount of work that needs to be done with this kind of stuff. If you want to go into look at the specifics of this program, these are also delivered in a virtual classroom format, and there are 4 possible courses you can take. And to earn the certificate of completion, you just have to complete any 2 of the 4 available courses, and it is delivered as a digital micro-credential. You can see that it's aligned with the IAPP skills and competencies identified for the CIPP/C designation. If you are familiar with this field, that probably you should recognize that. Yeah, those are the 4 course options there that you can see on the right side here: Foundation of Privacy, Privacy Program Development, Privacy and Security Risk Assessment, Technology and Privacy Management. So yeah, you're taking any 2 of those to earn the credential. Nancy, a program manager for this, explains that the program offers practical and convenient short courses to build knowledge and awareness of privacy standards, regulations, and practices. Students will apply theory to real-world situations to enhance their learning experience. Thanks, Nancy. So yeah, that is kind of the overview for that. And I'm sure you guys have had a chance to look at what you'll learn here, sort of the overall view in point form. So okay. Let us move right along then to sustainability. So careers in sustainability, which we're looking at, is you need to have, you're working in the sustainability field, you want to have good communication skills, conflict resolution, organization skills, and decision-making skills. So this is a program for professionals who are looking to develop their background in sustainability best practices. Again, professionals that are looking to explore a new career path kind of explore a new career path or expand their existing one. It's a great opportunity for them. All of our programs are really great for new Canadians and permanent residents, because our stuff is entirely online. So there's really no limitation. Even if you're not living in Canada, you can take these courses really with no downside, except for perhaps time zone if it's a virtual classroom. So that's something to think about. But I'm just kind of that bullet point reminded me, so I'm just kind of slipping that in there, that yes, you can take, if that's one thing that you're here to find out, just know, yeah, you can take our courses from anywhere. It really doesn't matter your immigration status or your geographic location. None of our programs have any concern with those things. Okay, so yeah, so you should also take this program if you're an individual interested in the sustainability pillars: economy, environment, and social, and general sustainable living practices. All right. So looking at the program specifics here, let's just go over that. So this program is delivered in an online format. It is so that's that asynchronous format that we talked about earlier. In order to complete this, there's 4 courses offered, which you see are listed on the right side there. So you have to complete any 3 of those 4, and you earn a micro-credential for this program as well. Also designed with reference to several ISSP SA core competencies. Yeah, so what you'll learn here is key local and national issues within the sustainable movement, the roles of individuals, communities, and businesses, the primary policies and laws affecting sustainable practices, and the practical tools, resources, and strategies and techniques to develop sustainable living and working environments. And yeah, there's our program manager, Patty, basically saying that same thing about this program. So, okay, let's talk for a minute here about project management. Sorry, I'm just checking something here to see where we are at. Yeah, okay, we are almost through, folks. So just a few more to go. So project managers, wow, this is a really popular program right now, and for good reason. As you can see, really solid average salary there of 90,000. These are the top skills. I'm sure many of you attending probably work with project managers, so you're probably familiar with the kinds of skills that they need to have. You can see that list there. Um, and here are the top posted job titles with that are associated with this field, right? Project managers, business analysts, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of different kinds of things. And there's a very good 5 to 10 year job outlook as well. So okay, so yeah, project management. So looking at this program in particular, what you're going to find is that there's three courses in project management. Now it's very important. You'll see that first one there, project management fundamentals. Very important to take that first one first. That's PMP 401. And then if you want to, you could take the next two courses simultaneously. It's probably ideal to do them sequentially, like if you're not in a rush. But yeah, if you want to get done with this sooner, you could do the first one and then you could do the next two together. That is fine. And like I said, this is a super popular program right now. We get a lot of questions about it. The courses tend to fill up quickly. Yeah, it's what this does is that our courses are recognized by the PMI, the Project Management Institute. Each course is worth 39 PDUs, professional development units, that are recognized by the PMI. So if you go on PMI's website and you see what 39 PDUs can get you, you will see it's pretty substantial actually. And yeah, if you're doing 3, that's leaving you in a great spot for going after some some official designations by this professional body. You can end up writing your PMP exam and end up getting that after your name, sort of thing. So yeah, great program. And you can see we have some earning our flowers here from a few students who have given us some excellent feedback. You can see in the right-hand corner there. But yeah, building out, completing project plan and scope, costs and scheduling documents, effective management, leadership and communication strategies, project execution and team coordination approaches, tools and best practices. So those are skills you need for your work. There you go. What are you waiting for? Jump in. So next we will talk about change management training. So these are virtual instructor-led courses. They are 3-day or 1-day virtual sessions, which are delivered quarterly. So this is in partnership with Mariner, and the people who should take this program are any professionals who would like to further develop their skills in managing change, leaders with responsibility for change in their organization. And so this is dealing with fundamentals of change management, key concepts and benefits of change management strategy and plan development, stakeholder engagement, change assessment, etc. And yeah, so if that is this is something that a lot of organizations are dealing with, big changes. They certainly were dealing with major changes around with the pandemic and whatnot, and we definitely live in a rapidly changing world. So these skills are always, really appreciated, right? So now I just want to quickly touch on corporate training just to let people know that this is something that we offer. So basically, if your company has a bunch of people that need to learn something specific, and if it's, maybe none of these programs that we've talked about today are really scratching exactly the right itch for you, then get in touch with us. And if you want to sort of have a bunch of colleagues like take the same course and you want it to be administered by us, then get in touch with us, because that is something that we can offer as well. So that's really what this slide here is talking about. Okay. And the solutions to that are pretty obvious, right? Just employees with expanded skill sets and stuff, just depending on what the specific thing is that you are opting to get trained in. So yeah, so that's that. And here are some other professional development opportunities, just a quick list of names that we didn't include in the slideshow today. But we have retirement community management, open source intelligence. We also have Ed2Go and U-Got-Class. That represents a whole list of different courses that are delivered by those learning partners. And same with OCAD University School of Continuing Studies. I was looking at the OCAD ones just yesterday, and I know for a fact that, like, if you're looking for training in Adobe Creative Cloud software, the OCAD partnership ones have courses in that, and just a whole bunch of different things. And Ed2Go and U-Got-Class, so that they have a lot of different options in different fields as well. Yeah, if you're sort of looking around our professional development section of our website, those are ones to look out for, because there's actually really a ton of options that we didn't even go over in this presentation, because there are so many. So we will just take the last little bit here to quickly go over some FAQs. Okay, so yeah, I'm just checking the time here. Okay, yeah, we're still good. So how do I begin my course? Actually, I'm going to flip these, folks. So first of all, let's talk about how do I apply / enroll. So let's take a quick look at that. So let's go back to this. Sure, we'll just make the example of management fundamentals as an example. But well, let's actually back up a little bit. So let's say you're on our website. So here is, I'll just load in the home page. All right, so welcome to our website, and here we are. And then let's say you want to look at, I don't know, business, or no, we'll do professional development programs, because that we're just talking about, right? So let's say you want to take health analytics. Okay, so we'll click on that one. So that was under the tech and data section, right? And I clicked on health analytics, and we come to this page that has an overview tab, and it's kind of explaining different things about the course. You can click on these to like learn more stuff. And then you can scroll down and you can see some other important information here, like who this program is recognized with, and that, right? This educational offering has been approved by the Canadian Society of Respiratory Therapists, right? So so yeah, this is good information on that overview tab to know. But if you want to look at the courses, you can come here, right? So to register in a course on our site, it's very simple, much simpler than people often expect. You literally just click on the course you want. You can see, the price was there. The price is also here. Here's the important information. It runs in virtual classroom. It runs from May 14th to June 25th. The price is $604, and there is no tax added to that, by the way. Yeah, and when you click on this, it's going to open up, it's going to pop up some more important information. So there is the schedule. So it's going to be on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 9:30. So, there's your important information. Here's more notes about the course. If that sounds good to you, you're going to add it to your cart. And then, to carry on, you're simply going to go click on this cart, and there's a button in there that says proceed to checkout, and that's it. That's really all that is involved in registering for courses. If you want to register for more than one at a time, you can go ahead and do that. So you could go back and you could add, you could go pick out another course from the same program, or you could go get something else and add that to your cart. Now, what's going to happen, I won't go through this part, but on screen, but what's going to happen when you do proceed to checkout is that it's going to take you through an account creation process, and you're going to receive some emails. And if you don't see the emails, make sure you check your junk mail folder. And the emails are going to tell you like what to do next. So that will bring us pretty nicely into our next FAQ, which is, how do I begin my course? So what's going to happen is you're going to receive an email that has you from. It depends on the course. For a lot of courses, you have to activate Mac ID, but if you're taking Essentials or something, you don't have to do that. But the emails will direct you, and they'll give you instructions. So it's hard to give like a general answer for this because it depends on the course. But basically, follow the instructions in your email. If you're taking an Essentials course, what's going to happen is like a couple of 2 or 3 days before the course starts, you're going to get a Zoom link to the class. If you're taking something else, most of our classes are in Avenue to Learn. Then what's going to happen is you're going to get a link that takes you to Avenue to Learn, and that is going to. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this for you. That Avenue to Learn looks like this. Okay, so once you've like activated your Mac ID, if that's what you need to do for the course you're taking, you're gonna get directed to Avenue to Learn, and then you're gonna get to this page, and you're gonna hit login with Office 365, and you're going to use your full McMaster email address with your @mcmaster.ca as the username and the password that you set up when you registered, and then everything that you need for your course in most cases will be in there. So that's how that works. What is the cost? So yeah, that is definitely a common question that we get. So basically, you can always take a look, like I was showing you on the website there. When you're looking at courses, I'm just going to go into something random here, privacy management. Okay. So again, we're going back to look, and you can see, the prices are listed right on them. Now, some courses do have textbooks, and if they, you can reach out to us and ask for the details about textbook cost. But many times they do not, though, but some courses do. So, and that obviously can add a little bit to the price, but the lion's share of the cost for your program, your courses that's going to be taking, is just going to be that fee that you see on the website. Okay. So let's see here. So the duration of programs really usually depends on what the course entails, right? So as we've been discussing for this, for privacy management, for example, you need to complete any 2 of these. Well, so it depends what can you do, right? You should expect most of our courses to require about 6 to 8 hours per week of work. So yeah, if you're wanting to do that, then maybe you only have time for one at a time. So in that case, maybe you would take Foundations of Privacy from May 8th to June 5th. And then maybe after that, you would take the next available option. Now, right now, we don't have our fall enrollment open yet. So it's only showing the one that's available from June 11th to July 9th, which I think does overlap with the previous one a little bit. So basically, but starting in July, our fall options are going to pop up. They're going to be available here. So if you were taking something, you know, that's a bit of a longer course and it lasts, you know, for this whole term or most of the term, then you would just, you know, register for the follow-up one the next term. And in that case, it would take you 2 terms in a 2-course program like this. But yeah, if you, you know, are looking at something that you could take simultaneously, then yeah, you could you know, take 2 courses at the same time, right? And finish up in 1 term. So it really just depends on the particulars of the program. Are the courses meant to be taken like one after the other? And also, what do you have time for? So that's the sort of necessarily complicated answer to, like, what is the duration of you know, given program, right? Why are certain courses showing as unavailable? Well, they're showing as unavailable because they are, yeah, they're just currently, they're not running right now. And like I said, our enrollment is going to open up for fall courses in mid-July. So in mid-July, you're going to see, you know, everything, all the available stuff for fall 2024 and for even for winter 2025 is going to pop up then. So lots of stuff that says currently not available now is, you know, going to be available in the future. It just means that it's not running right at the moment. You know, people write to us sometimes and say like, oh, does this mean it's canceled forever? And like, no, it doesn't. If it's canceled forever, we would take it off the website. But you know, but yeah, it just means that it's not available to enroll right at the moment. But it most likely will be in the future. Also, right now, our schedule tab isn't showing very far into the future, but you can always click on this to get an idea. Currently, we are still showing from like fall 2023, winter 24, spring, summer 2024. Those are 3 terms every year, right? So by mid-July, this schedule is going to be updated and it'll show, you know, fall 2024, winter 2025, and we will have, you know, information there, so you'll be able to sort of look ahead. But right now, you could use this page to sort of look back and see like, okay, well, I see that, you know, privacy program development was offered last fall in October. So like, there's no guarantee it's going to be the same the coming year, but like, it gives you some kind of idea of like, oh, well, maybe it'll be the same. A lot of times it's the same, although it's not a guarantee, right? So yeah, that's kind of the answer to that question. So I just want to quickly run through financial support services because we are running a little bit low on time. So basically, the most commonly used financial support that people use is the McMaster Bursary for part-time students / the McMaster Continuing Education Award. So the way that works is, even though it says it's a bursary for part-time students, you can still take it even if you are in full-time studies, okay? There's kind of, you know, different designations of funding for different kinds of students, but yes, it is the on the McMaster website, it actually is just called the Bursary for Part-Time Students, but it's also the McMaster Continuing Education Award. So a lot of people come to us and say like, hey, is this program eligible for OSAP? And the answer is no. Our academic courses are not eligible for OSAP. None of them are, but the bursary for part-time students is like kind of similar-ish, in the same ballpark in terms of the eligibility criteria for it. So we direct a lot of people to go look at this one. So if you are kind of thinking that you're wanting to do OSAP to help fund you, go look at this one. And you know what? I'll even show you on the website exactly where to do that. So on our website, you go to support services and you go to this one, financial support and assistance. You click on that. And then you'll see under this, here's this header about this, okay? And you go and so you'll follow this link to go read about it. And we're on this bursary tab here, and you can see bursaries for part-time students. And that's where this section here is where you're going to find all the info, like what you need to know about registering for this, okay, or about qualifying for it. Now I'm gonna click back a couple of times here, and we also have just general financial support options here as well. So we have things like windmill micro lending, which is for newcomers who arrive with education, skills, and experience, but have significant barriers to employment. There's the Canada Training Credit. There's the Canada Ontario Job Grant, which is done through employers. There's Better Jobs Ontario. This is a great one because it can potentially, there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts involved with all of these really. But it could potentially provide you a living allowance on top of, and it's all stuff that you don't have to pay back. So if you, there's certain, employment background, employment history stuff that you need to qualify for and whatnot, but that's something you'd be interested in. Check it, follow this link, check it out. And these other ones too. There's lots of good options there. So, but yeah, that's where you find them. Support services right on the top bar there, and click on the financial support and assistance there. Okay. Let's see, what do we have next? How to register, went over this already. But yeah, I will just talk about, a lot of people ask us about like, well, what do I need to have, right? You must have some requirements. Well, really, all we really expect of our students is that you should have a high school education or equivalent. And if you don't have a high school education, you can just be a mature student, which just means that you've been out of public school or university for 2 or more years. And if you don't even fit those criteria, we'll consider exceptions as well. So really, like, virtually anyone is welcome to join our classes. Basically, you should just make sure that you have good English skills, right, in order to keep up. There is a link on our website to a McMaster University English proficiency guidelines, which show test scores for various English tests. And yeah, so you can check that if you have any concerns. We do have a few courses, none of the ones that we are talking about in this presentation today, but some of our other programs do require applications, and they actually require you to report a test score. But for any of the programs that we were talking about here today, that's not the case. You just use your best judgment basically, and you can check the McMaster website if you want to verify that your English levels are a-okay. Let me just quickly show you where to find our contact us form. Okay, so yeah, if you have more questions, if you think of a question after this and you're like, I should have asked that, just go here. You can see on our website, contact us. It's that one at the end there. Just fill out this form, and myself or one of my colleagues will get back to you within a couple of business days. And yeah, whatever questions you have, we'll direct you to the right place if we can answer. So I'm going to wrap it up there, folks. Thanks very much for joining in, and I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your day.